Hello and welcome to a mostly unplanned double episode of our, in this case, mostly weekly Unity tip roundup, where we take a look at the tweets that were posted or mentioned on or around each Tuesday under the Unity tips hashtag. We are very sorry, we did not forget about the last video, but while our video editor was on vacation, the rest of us were busy with great projects, so we just had no time for the video last week. But in these chaotic times you always have to stay positive. So, the positive message from us to you: be happy because this episode is filled with twice as many great Unity tips. That's something nice, isn't it? Without further ado, here's the double episode 43 and 44 with 10 tweets that were posted, shared or retweeted between the 8th and 15th of December. The cold winter makes you look forward to sunshine even more. That's why Peter from Sunny Valley Studio is a welcomed opener for this episode. And because you also like to be outside when the sun is shining, here's a Unity tip with an activity that is better done outside: archery. So if you are developing a game where you use a bow, you can use the line renderer to create the bowstring. An easy and fast way to make your bow look nicer in the game. Pixel Shenanigan is also back. Meanwhile, he also passed the 700 follower mark. Congratulations! If you use Unity 2021, this tip is for you. To quickly set the visibility of objects in your scene, you can use the icon in the hierarchy view. If you select the object, you can use the H key to make the object visible and invisible. See the screenshot in the tweet for the specific location of the icon. As always, we are happy to see new faces here in our Unity tip videos. Adrian from Useless Corp is one such candidate, a French indie developer and co-founder of Useless Corp. They have developed Highscore, a small companion app for board games. You can find a link to it in his Twitter bio. While we are talking about him, he already has 258 followers on Twitter. Maybe there will be a few more after this episode? Adrian's tips rolled smoothly. It's about smooth looping in animations, especially if you rotate objects. Select the first and last keyframes, right-click on them and choose both tangents and then linear. Tada! Smoothly looping animation. You can see how to do it in more detail in the animation in his tweet. Rebor is with us for the second time today. How nice to see you again. In his tip he talks about quality of life improvements, and we are always interested in that. Since Unity 2021.3 there is C#8, and that means you can skip redundant class declarations when you initialize an object. Nice for all the lazy developers out there. And to be honest, aren't we all a little bit lazy? In his screenshot you can see a nice example. Already for the third time, Darktable from Los Angeles. Nice to have you with us again. While we talked about additional features of Unity in the tip before, here we are at the point where Unity removed features. This is sometimes very annoying, especially if you need this feature more often. Darktable noticed in version 2021.3.9 and later that the recompile after finished playing option was removed. However, this feature is important for VR developers as it caused Unity to crash less often. So now Darktable himself has written a little script that he wants to share with you. Check out this tweet. There you will find all the screenshots you need. Matthew is with us again. As you will know by now, he works for Unity, so it's a tip straight from the source. This time it's about performance optimization. In the project settings under Graphics, HDRP Global Settings, you will find the item Real-Time Reflection. Here you can deactivate probe volume for a performance boost. Again, you can find a screenshot with more information in Matthew's tweet. Seth joins our Unity tip video for the first time today. Welcome! He currently has 23 followers on Twitter. He likes math, physics and chess. He develops shooters and board games as well. His game Nightlancer is one of them. The theme is cyberpunk. Read more about it in his Twitter bio. There you can also find a link to the HIO site. The tip he has is about working with scenes. If you've started using scripts to change a scene in the editor, you need to be aware of markscenedirty. This tells the editor that changes have been made to the scene and gives you the option to save the scene. Click on the screenshot to read the code snippet. He also included a link to the Unity documentation in his tweet. Someone else new with us. Versetti is the leader of Siriu Burren Studio. Since October on Twitter, already 21 followers, and today for the first time with us. Versetti tweets in English, but it looks like he can speak Chinese as well. He also talks about an easy solution in his tip. That got us prick-eared. It's about IIS for webgl. If you run into problems with it, just set the MIME type in your web.config. In the screenshot you can see the complete code. If you don't have a web.config, create one with the editor and put it in the root directory of your website. Participating for the second time, Elena, a Spanish Unity developer from Malaga with 4,537 followers on Twitter. She is also the co-founder of Stega Academy, an online academy for game developers. Like the academy, her tweets are in Spanish. But the tip is really great, and thanks to modern browser tools, language barriers are easy to bypass nowadays. Her tip is a reminder that there are Unity events in Unity. Use them to communicate between objects and scripts. They are really easy to use. Gracias, Elena. Forja Rocha means Red Forge, and you may have noticed that this is another Spanish entry to our list. They offer various courses in Unity and Blender and work with the Erasmus Plus program. Collaborations with students from all European countries. We like this engagement with young people. It also makes the Unity community bigger. They tweet in Spanish and English, so even as someone who doesn't speak Spanish, you can follow. Let's work together to get their follower count up. With the help of some translation tools, we were able to understand the tip better. With the attribute Tooltip, you can create informative tooltips that can be read when hovering with the mouse over the selected tool in the Unity inspector. Really useful for those who are not fluent in source code. In the screenshot you can see a small example. At the end of this double episode, here are 2 small tips from us. If you need a little bit more space to edit your strings in the inspector, this is for you. Just use the multi-line attribute to let Unity generate a text field for your variable. Yes, it really is that simple. You can find a screenshot in the tweet about it. The second tip is about the editor. You surely know that you can set a tint color for the play mode? But did you know that you can also script and customize it? For our example, we checked if the domain reload was disabled and colored the window in a bright red instead of green to let the user know that something has changed. The possibilities are endless. If you have any questions about this, feel free to contact us. That's it, the third double episode of our Unity tip video series. A lot of tips from the Unity community in one extra long video. We would also like to know if you like this format better. Maybe not a video every week, but instead a monthly list with more tips? Let us know in the comments. Either way, without the community this series would not exist. So here's a double thank you to everyone who shares their tips with the world every week under the hashtag UnityTips. And a special thank you to today's 10 entries in this video. Visit their Twitter accounts, their websites, share and like their tweets too. Appreciation is really nice and important these days. And when you are in the mood, why not head over to our channel and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to enable notifications. Check the video description for a link to the playlist with all episodes. And a non-Unity tip on top. There are only 37 days left until Christmas. As always, for any questions, comments, recommendations or requests, please use the comment section. Thank you for your time and see you next week.